Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Research team reveals something big is brewing for XRP. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay, so whenever I see these things, I always get a little bit skeptical at the beginning because I just wonder, is this something that people are just putting out for engagement? But let's look into it, because when I've read some of this article, I've kind of thought there could definitely be some merit to this, to be honest with you. So I am definitely a bit intrigued. So who is the person who's saying this? Media personality Paul Barron. So if you're not familiar with Paul Barron, he does have a YouTube show, but it's well produced, to be honest with you. You would actually think it was a real TV show. He's got a real set and everything like that. He comes across like a proper news station, to be honest with you. It does look very professional. And yeah, he's basically saying that something's come to light involving Ripple and XRP, and he's saying that something big is really brewing. So let's get into this. In a recent post on X, Barron revealed that his research team uncovered, quote, something big, unquote, brewing for XRP in connection with the Clarity Act. According to him, the development is, quote, hidden in plain sight, unquote, and could turn out to be Ripple's, quote, biggest bombshell yet, unquote. He added that he will share more details next week, urging followers to, quote, lock in XRP, unquote. So some big stuff there, and he actually is saying that he's going to give us more information next week. So that's definitely something I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for. So right, I'll just make it clear. Apparently Brad Garlinghouse has said that in regards to the Clarity Act, it is apparently moving forward, and he's saying there's an 80% chance that the Clarity Act could actually be signed and put into power as of by April. Okay. Now, to be honest with you, I'm kind of in two minds with this whole thing with the Clarity Act, because from how I'm hearing it, it is moving forward, but I'm hearing the whole thing about, people getting a yield on their stablecoins. That's just completely off the cards, which is exactly what the banks wanted. So it does kind of sound like, yes, we are going to get clarity and we are going to get regulations, but it doesn't really sound like it's going to be in our favor, to be honest with you. It sounds like it's very much going to be in the bank's favor. So that does make me feel a bit two ways about it. But at the same time, if it's a thing where we can't get anything, let's just say we can't get any kind of clarity at all because of this whole thing, this whole debacle about the stable coins and stuff, then I guess, I don't know, this is a thing where I don't actually have an answer. I don't even really have an opinion. What do we do? Do we just keep going with where we are? And let's just say, hypothetically, they never managed to come to any kind of reasonable conclusion, and so we maybe get another party come into power, and then they're anti-crypto, so they just start trying to wreck everything again. Because, look, as much as we can say, the way things have been with crypto and stuff, with Trump as the president, whatever you may think, let's just be honest, when it was the Democrats in office, they were really trying to take crypto down. So my concern with that is, are they actually going to be in any way now, different? Now, it could be that they've had a change of heart. It could be they're now more embracing of crypto, but I don't know. It's do you want to take that risk, right? So in all honesty, I don't really have an opinion on that. It's kind of if it does get passed, then I'll just try and take the positives from it, even though I don't think it's right that they've taken away the yield on stablecoins, because that's clearly the banks getting their way. But I guess I just have to look at the positives and just think, okay, well, we now have clear rules for the road, and hopefully we can get the show moving and crypto booming again, possibly, right? But yeah, we've got here, saying that off the back of the Clarity Act, that's what could be, Ripple's big move here. And you might have noticed, when they were talking about the whole Clarity Act, it was Brad who was being very much even though they were looking at saying, the stable coins and stuff, and it's not all great, because is it Brian Armstrong, the Coinbase CEO, who walked away from the negotiations? He was saying he doesn't think it's a good bill at the moment. It's not going to benefit, any type of crypto companies, etc. But Brad was kind of well, look, what's worse, having the chaos that we've got and uncertainty right now, or having some kind of clarity where we can actually start to move forward. And so that was Brad's stance. Now, the thing that I will say with Brad in regards to that, because some people really took issue with it, I do understand, like, you're thinking that you want to get it to be as best as you can for the crypto industry. But you got to remember, like, Brad's been a part of the whole lawsuit with the SEC. And the SEC came for him personally as well. So his whole outlook could be completely different. He has had a very real tense situation with the SEC over, like, lack of clarity. So his whole position could be just, look, I don't want to go for anything like that again. I'd rather just get this over and done with, even if it's not great. I can accept that as long as we've got real clear rules of the road, because we can get our business going properly then. That might be his thought process, you know? And so that's why when I say about this not being sure if it's about engagement and stuff and why I can give it a bit more merit is because Brad seemed very, you know, kind of like in the thought process of just wanting to get this done. And it does make me wonder, is the reason why he wants to get it done is because once it's done, whatever this big thing that's brewing can now come into effect. Do you see what I mean? So I'm actually here wondering if this is a thing where Brad's like, I just want to get this done because I know what's coming after it. I know what's going to happen for Ripple and XRP once we get that clarity done. So I just want to get this through the door. Maybe that's what his thought process is, you know? So I am very curious. I am. And I will say there is merit to this. I hope Paul does, you know, I hope he does release this information. He said he'll give further details next week. I hope he does, because I really hope this isn't just some like engagement farming here. But there are definitely reasons to believe that this could be a real thing. You know, there really is. And to be honest with you, from what I know of Paul Barron, not to say I'm someone who follows him religiously, I've watched a few of his like crypto news segments that he's done and a few like interviews that he's done here and there, but I'm not someone who could say I know him very well. I don't really know exactly what his stance is and stuff like that. He doesn't seem like anyone so far who I've seen who just kind of engagement farms. Like, I've not seen that so far, but again, I've not seen a lot, so please just take that with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying that I know the guy extensively, but you know, like as it stands right now, I've got no reason to doubt it too much. And you know, let's see, like next week he said he'll give us more details, so let's see what that information is, you know. But he's saying it's hidden in plain sight, which I think is intriguing even more. So, you know, like, I hope there is something to this, because to be honest with you, I just want to get this, show on the road, man. Like, you know, I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. Get this stuff done so we can like really try and start getting some price action again. As I say, I am a bit torn with that, though. I can admit that I am conflicted because of the fact that, you know, I don't want it to be a thing where we just get kind of, you know, screwed over for the sake of getting the clarity. But, you know, it might be a thing where like it's this kind of take it or leave it. Like, this is the best you're going to get. So you either accept this or you don't. And then you're just going to be basically in the unknown for the foreseeable future. And it could potentially get a whole lot worse if another party come in with a completely different agenda. And that's the thing that's kind of scary, because again, as an XRP holder, I saw the whole SEC lawsuit play out and the brazenness of that lawsuit, to see how easily and obviously fake it was. But yet they just kept going and kept pushing everything they could. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. So I can admit I wouldn't want to see that potentially happen again as someone who went through it as an XRP holder. So I can understand that might be the logic also. But yeah, what do you guys think it could be? Like, I'm really intrigued to figure out what it could be. I mean, the thing that I'll say is we know that, you know, Ripple went and had a lunch with, or a dinner with, Donald Trump. So we know that they've got some kind of connection with Trump. They've donated to his party, you know, so there's definitely like there's a relationship there between them, right? So who knows? Maybe Trump has got something set up for Ripple to say, yeah, once we get the Clarity Act passed, you can go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe it's something about Ripple becoming a bank or something like that. Like, there's a few things that we know is going on with Ripple and XRP where, you know, these things could turn out to be like a huge addition to that really just, you know, blows this stuff up crazy. So, you know, like, I am here thinking like there's definitely a merit to this. Like, I'm not just going to dismiss this as just hype. I really do think there is possibly something there. I just don't know exactly what it is. So yeah, I want to see what you guys speculate on this. I'm very intrigued to hear what you guys think. For me, I just hope it's something that is really positive, because again, you know, we really need that at this point in time. Like, I think that's just something that could really help push the market forward for XRP specifically. And yeah, like, I just think it's about time we start getting that real good action going on, because, yeah, we have had to wait a long time as XRP holders. And don't get me wrong, I don't blame like Ripple or XRP for that, because we had the SEC lawsuit. So who knows where we would have been had that lawsuit not have occurred. But I do also just feel, it's due now. XRP holders, it's long overdue for us to get that real price action. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on this, and I'll be sure to update you guys, but let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Take care.